Okay, good evening and thank you for joining us. We know we're in unprecedented times for all of us, our families, our teachers, and staff. As a father of MISD students and a spouse of a teacher, I recognize and share the worries and concerns that you may have. My hope is that tonight I will be able to provide you an update on our planning efforts and cover the critical topics you need to know. We will also try to answer as many questions you have submitted or emailed. Our Facebook Live meeting will adjourn no later than 5:15 p.m. However, please feel free to continue asking your questions at info@misd.gs. We are checking this daily and answering questions as quickly as possible. On our website, we have placed all of our communication as well as we've posted questions with answers that have been on your mind. As you all know, on Friday, March 4th, MISD emailed all parents and staff sharing that we are monitoring the COVID-19 situation and we would follow all Centers for Disease Control recommendations for spring break travelers. Then, on Wednesday, March 11th, we were notified that the coronavirus was beginning to spread and could require possible campus building closures. Since that time, the MISD team has been meeting around the clock, assessing and monitoring this situation, as well as putting plans in place to serve our families, including developing at-home learning strategies and opportunities for students. Today, we had to make the hard decision to close all of our school buildings until at least Friday, April 3rd. This decision was due to the disaster declaration by our county judge, as well as Center for Disease and National Health Department recommendations. We will continue to assess and monitor and keep you informed if there will be additional extended time beyond Friday, April 3rd. This week, our teachers and principals are designing engaging lessons and assignments for our students and will be ready to teach virtually beginning Monday, March 23rd. This instruction will cover content that would have been delivered in the classroom, which is the state's requirements. This effort is to continue providing innovative, quality instruction, preparing your child for the next grade level. We are currently developing a one-stop, at-home instructional portal. This portal will go live this Friday, March 20th. In the email, the link will be provided and activated on Friday. In an effort to provide our parents support, our teachers, counselors, and principals have virtual office hours Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. They are available by email and other MISD-approved communication systems. Additionally, we have established a parent hotline for additional support Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. This number will be posted on our website and emailed to you immediately following this live meeting. With the building closure, all campus events, field trips, student trips, employee travel, and UIL practices and competitions are canceled until further notice. As we provide at-home instruction, we will work to take attendance to show the Texas Education Agency that we have made every effort to provide instruction to students. With at-home learning, we know that some parents work or may need to assist their children at a time that is most convenient for you. We do recommend setting up a routine schedule to help your child be successful and recognize your expectations Monday through Friday. For students who left their district-issued device or other personal belongings such as band instruments or athletic gear, you may pick that up on Thursday, March 19th. Your campus principal will email a pickup schedule to ensure that we are continuing to practice the social distancing measures as recommended by our health agencies. If you have opted out of a district-issued device this school year, we do have a limited supply of devices, and we will allow you to reserve a device if you call the phone number that will be emailed to you following this live meeting. And these devices will be reserved on a first-come, first-served basis. If your device is out for repair, we're working on getting these repairs completed. Our technology department will contact you when the repairs have been completed and coordinate a device pickup. Also, for families who do not have internet access, Spectrum is providing a free service. We encourage you to please contact them directly to see how they could best serve you. We are continuing to look at additional internet offerings, and as more information becomes available, we will let you know. As we are looking to continue to serve our students, I'm extremely proud of our child nutrition team who in 1 hour on Friday put a plan in place to feed our students breakfast and lunch, and that began this past Monday. Thank you to Aramark for providing nutritional meals and practicing health industry recommendations and offering curbside pickup efforts Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 at Petoskey Elementary. Students can pick up both meals at once. Students who receive weekend meal backpacks may receive those on Friday at Vitoski Elementary when they pick up their breakfast and lunches. Our campuses have notified those students that have been impacted by this change. So as we move forward, we have limited our access to all buildings, but we will allow some access to ensure that we are meeting payroll and other critical operations. Our maintenance and custodial staff are continuously cleaning our buildings with approved cleaners that kill the COVID-19 virus. And I want to thank our MISD team members for continuing to keep our buildings clean and safe for our students and staff. But before I begin answering questions from this event that have been submitted prior to this as well as that are coming in right now, I just want to take this opportunity to thank you for your encouragement and support over these last few days. As I mentioned at the beginning, we are in unprecedented times which are requiring us to make decisions that no one has ever had to make. We know you are facing uncertain times. Together, we are strong, and we will get through this as an MISD family and community. So at this time, I want to take some questions that we have received prior to this Facebook Live event, and then also some that are coming right now. So our first question has to do with assuming that the school building closures will go on for an extended amount of time, will the school year be postponed? At this time, we are not extending the school year. However, things are changing day by day, so we can't confirm that it will not be extended in the future. But right now, we do not feel like that will be necessary because of the waivers that TEA has granted us. We have also received several questions about SAT, ACT, and advanced placement testing. I can let you know that the upcoming SAT and AC tests have been canceled. However, they will reschedule those dates, and at this time, those dates have not been announced. As far as our advanced placement testing, we are waiting to hear from College Board. That's the entity that administers those tests and sets those deadlines, and so as soon as we are aware, you will receive communication on both of those topics in the near future. We have another question that was submitted, and we've had several about senior students. What will happen to prom, graduation, and other senior activities? And as I mentioned a minute ago, currently our school buildings and activities are canceled through Friday, April 3rd. At that time, we will reassess the situation and see what and if we can make adjustments to those activities. So this is a very fluid situation. We do not have definite answers at this time. As soon as we make decisions on those events, we will get that out to you. We had a question about a student with some medical conditions that makes this student more vulnerable to catching coronavirus. So the question was, when the school building's open, will it be okay if we keep them home versus sending him or her to school? And the answer to that is yes. The Texas Education Agency has said that any student who stays home can be counted present while participating in at-home instruction. So we will have more information once we do return to school on that. We had a question about online learning. So it was mentioned that online learning content is accessible on student devices. Will it also be available for home computers or personal devices? And the answer to that is yes. The link to our at-home learning portal on our website will provide links for access for home devices. Our website address is www.misd.gs, and after tonight's meeting, we're going to send an email to all parents with the appropriate phone numbers and links to help you have this information in one communication. All right, the next question we received is, how will this school building closure affect tryouts for next school year? And that there are many things, drill team, cheerleading, and so the answer to that is we will hold tryouts at some point, but at this time they have been postponed. They have not been canceled. So more information will be made available as we have it. So as we have information, we will get that out to you. Someone asked about, we mentioned that we would be taking attendance. Is there a certain time during the day that needs to be done? And that's a great question. The answer is that we are going to take attendance. However, we know that as parents you're working. We know that everyone has different schedules, and so we want to offer as much flexibility on that as possible. And so you will be able to take attendance at any time, and that will be, more information will follow on that as to how that will take place with your individual teachers. We had a question about the public library, and the answer to that is basically as long as our buildings are closed, the public library will not be available. Another question about, will trips be planned next year be placed on hold? So trips that have actually already been put in place for the 2021 school year, will those be put on hold? And the answer is at this time, no. We're going to move forward with those as planned. However, that may change as we get further toward the end of this school year and throughout the summer. But right now, we're not canceling any trips for next school year. We had a question about STAR and ELC. Actually, we've had several questions about STAR and ELC testing this spring. This specific question had to do with requirement that tests be made. Will tests be required to be made up this school year or next? And the answer to that is, we're obviously very excited that Governor Abbott canceled all STAR and ELC testing, and students are not required to make up those tests this school year. We had a question about tutoring. With our at-home learning situation, how is my child going to continue to receive tutoring? That, of course, is another great question. We're going to work on a plan on how to provide that tutoring to your child. Your child's teacher will share this plan with your student soon, and we will work to ensure that each child receives the support that they need to be successful. Next question is, what resources can the district recommend for families experiencing increased mental health challenges and food insecurities? The answer to that is that students who are currently receiving weekly counseling from MISD, your counselors will be in touch with you soon, and they're going to make arrangements to ensure that you are still receiving the support that you need. We recognize that students and parents may be managing stressors and some anxiety. We're going to hold future Facebook Live sessions to provide you with tips and ways to help your family during this time. And we're currently putting those plans in place, and we will communicate that to you soon. With our students experiencing food insecurities, we are providing breakfast and lunch. And then students who receive the weekend meal backpacks will continue to receive those. This specific question addressed special education students. Will my child continue to receive those services? The answer is yes. Our special education department is diligently working to ensure that we meet our students' IEPs and provide the best educational experience as possible. And once again, your teachers should be reaching out to you soon. So those are just a handful of questions and large topics that we received prior to the Facebook event. I'm going to reach over. We've received some during this event, and I'm going to read through some of these and provide some answers that have been submitted. Students who do not have internet, how will education services be provided? And as I mentioned earlier, Spectrum is offering free service, so we encourage you to reach out to them and find out if they will meet your needs. We also have opportunities for in-home packets, so we will be providing that on this at-home learning portal, and that more information will be coming out about that as to how you can receive printed copies or download the information to be done at home. What about GT and/or 504 services? And we will continue to provide all services to our students, and the campuses will be in contact with you soon. I know a lot of these we keep saying they will be in contact. Our teachers will be handling individual student situations as we have done in the past, as we do in regular classrooms. So expect information from your teacher on that. What about enrollment for next school year? Once again, we're working on that and establishing a process while we have our buildings closed. So there will be more information coming out. We have thought about that as students enroll or move here and want to enroll during this time. We know the campuses will be closed, so we will be publicizing a system so that students are able to enroll. What are the platforms for learners? Okay, great question. For kinder through third grade, that will be Seesaw. And for fourth grade through 12th grade, that will be our learning management system of Canvas. So Canvas and Seesaw will be our two learning platforms. Will parents be refunded if my student's field trip was canceled? We will address these. Obviously, these are things that we have not been able to get to in the last 4 or 5 days. We understand that those have happened and that you have paid money for certain things that will be canceled. And so we will do our best to make sure to get that information out soon as to how or if that money will be able to be refunded. If STAR is canceled for 8th grade, how will my student be able to go to 9th grade? And that's a great question, but once again, as I mentioned, our governor canceled the STAR testing. Our commissioner has also been involved in that. And so all requirements for grades 5 and 8 for movement on to the next grade level has been waived. So promotion is going to be based on local criteria for your student to be promoted to the next grade level. We will, question about this video, and yes, we will post this video on the website for those that missed it or were not able to log in. And then when will we know when will we know UIL will reschedule athletic events? As soon as we receive that information, we will get that out to you. We'll look for UIL updates, and they are, at this point, canceled through the next 2 weeks. through the end of next week, I believe the 27th. But if that is extended, we will let you know that. Okay, is MISD prepared for IT needs with at-home learning? And yes, we are prepared. We have put extensive plans in place over the last several days. We feel like we are prepared. Obviously, there will be needs that come up as we go throughout this process that we will have to address, but we feel confident that our instructional technology department, as well as others, have put a great plan in place to support our teachers and to support our students at home during this time. All right, I'm looking over here. I don't see any other questions at this time. I know there's probably some other big picture topics out there that you would like for me to address. And I want to encourage you, like I did at the beginning of this event, if you continue to have questions, email those in to info@misd.gs. We are compiling a frequently asked questions page that will be out there, and we will continue to update this as we go and answer as many questions as we can as quickly as possible. So just want to encourage you to stay in tune to our website, our social media posts, and we will try to get information out as quickly as possible, and then look for information coming home to your students from your teachers beginning next Monday. So we greatly appreciate your flexibility and patience in all of this. And like I mentioned before, we will all get through this, and it's going to be very beneficial to all of our students and staff, and we just ask you to stay tuned to the information that we have, and we'll provide more as details come about. So thank you very much.